Hey, what's happening, guys? Dan Darrow here with another Options to Play video update. So, today's video is going to be about trade entrances, and this is kind of stemming from a question that one of you guys sent my way yesterday. It was pretty busy session. Well, I mean, it was a busy day yesterday, and it's going to be a busy for the next couple of weeks. But yesterday was especially so because we were up such a ridiculous amount, like 600 points on the S&P, so like 6 SPY points. Uh, and I felt that it was a really great question, first of all, and I thought that spending some time on a video here and going over the idea a little bit more in depth was good because my guess is if one of you had the question, I'm sure there's probably some others that had it. So I just felt it was an important point and wanted to just go over it a little bit more in depth here. And I guess really why the question came up was partially due to the fact that we were up so much. So up here on the chart I have is AMAT. This is the 15-minute chart for the week. And so I'm sure many of you know that the trades proposed in the nightly letter are based off the action of the stock that day and the closing prices, right? Um, so obviously, in a tape like we're in, where you have triple digit gaps every day, a lot can change between the close one night and the open the next morning. So that's why in the nightly letter you see a range that's called the action area. So it's the price range for the trade, and that's because we know that things can change between the close one day and the open the next, and stocks can move, and obviously the options will move as well. So kind of try to give like um, a range for that entrance area. Um, but last night, last night, or excuse me, the night before, the AMAT trade was a straddle. It was a weekly 33.50 straddle, and you could see, when using like basically like the close when the trade went out. I mean, it was kind of dancing around 33.50. Spent most of the day around 33.50. Spent most of Friday around 33.50. So like it was hanging out around this 33 and a half. It basically closed right at it. So the straddle was the 33.50 because like that's where the stock spent most of the two previous days, right? Uh, what happened was yesterday, obviously, pretty significant gap on the market. AMAT gapped pretty substantially, and then it just kept pushing and pushing and pushing higher throughout the day. It never really paused or even really pulled back at all. And so like the straddle that was designed to be even risk to reward, right? So the 33.50 roughly even was designed to be roughly even for the call on the put side. So meaning that, I mean, when the call and the put were trading around 50 cents each, so it was kind of even, skewed. There really was no skew. It was the trade was basically 50-50 bull bear side. Uh, Now into the close yesterday, into the afternoon, that trade, that 33.50 straddle had skewed dramatically into the bull favor, right? So now instead of being 50-50, it was like 90-10 bull to bear, right? So the the 33.50 call is probably worth over $1. I mean, it was trading above 33.50, 34.50, whereas the 33.50 put was probably only trading for like 10 or 15 cents. So, like the basically like the entire design of the trade was changed because of like the big move, and that's why I sent out an alert in the afternoon saying we wanted to shift the bet up to a 34.50 straddle because that was closer to even risk to reward, right? I mean, it still wasn't perfect, but it was at least like the call and the put were closer versus the 33.50 straddle, which was much more skewed to like the bull side. Uh, so this kind of comes back to the whole entrances and what I want to talk about. And long story short, if the trade proposed is a directional bet, like call or put or call spread or put spread or call fly or butterfly, anything like that, or calendar spreads too, then entering early, so like during the morning, is typically better because the prices will often, not always, but often be closer to where it was, when the trade was like drawn up. So like the closing prices for one day will be near the opening prices like the next, because the stock may not have moved much at that point, right? So that's why, like, if it's a directional bet, it's fine. It's fine to get in early, or even it might be better off getting in early. So like during like the first couple hours of the morning. If the trade proposed is a volatility bet, like a straddle or a strangle, so basically what AMAT was, it was a straddle, then waiting until later in the day, so like later in the afternoon, is typically better. And the reason why is because of what you saw with AMAT. The stock can have like a really significant move during the session, and that skews the size of the trade from what was originally wanted or what was originally proposed. And and I try, if it does have a huge move, I try to send out like those updates to try to like align the idea better with what the original trade proposed was. So like basically what AMAT was like a great example. It's like wanted the risk to be more even, so later in the afternoon when the stock had such a big move, sent out the update to try to shift the bet up and get it more in line, like 50-50, like call to put and like that. So directional bet, it's fine. It's fine getting in early. May even be more may even be better, just because the prices can, if there's not a big gap, the prices can be closer to the one proposed. And if it's a volatility bet, then waiting until a little bit later in the day is typically better, just because you don't want the trade to have significantly moved and messed up the original trade design. So I really do love when you guys send over questions, because it gives me an idea of what you want to hear about. And I really, really, really want these videos to help show the thought process behind the trades, and really kind of cover some of the basic aspects of options trading. So please keep questions, comments coming. More feedback from you guys, the more I can pump out videos that hopefully are helping you guys to get better at options trading. So I hope you guys have a fantastic night and a great day tomorrow. Earnings are really going to start picking up from here, and just expect more and more news flow over the next couple weeks. So get excited. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow.